Hi, Soul Family. Um, Today I really want to talk about feeding our inner child and really just going back to the basics. I think society has put so much things out there on the media for us to see. We see that this person achieved this or that person has that, and we think that it's going to bring us happiness. And so we spend our entire life chasing that thing, and if some of us do end up achieving that thing in our life, we find out that it's not fulfilling. It's not really what we wanted. And the reason for this is because we perceive happiness to be outside of us, and we don't actually see that it comes from within. You can feel happiness just by existing. You can feel happiness just by choosing to feel happiness, right? And I've come to this realization because after really setting that intention in my meditations to just feel a certain feeling, like I'm feeling joy, I'm choosing to feel joy right now because I believe I need to. All these different affirmations, just by saying that in my meditation, has made my life transform in a completely different way than it was a year ago. And I used to think that once I achieved the perfect relationship, I'd be satisfied, I'd be happy. And I got that, and I still wasn't fulfilled within. I realized I really had to work through all the things within me that said that I wasn't worthy of a happy life. What in you what is it in you that believes that you do not deserve to be happy? Because it's not going to be something that's going to come and deliver happiness on a plate to you. If that was the case, everybody would be happy. Everybody would be happy. And I do definitely think that the key to happiness is being with your inner child and really just realizing that nothing materialistic will fulfill you. Okay, I'm not saying to not have goals or dreams and aspirations, but when that becomes the sole thing that you are striving for, your relationships get neglected, you get neglected, all the other things just start to fall apart slowly because you spent your entire focus on this one thing, this one goal, achieving this one thing. But remember, where attention goes, energy flows. Do you guys ever stop and think, how is the relationship with my kids? How is my relationship with myself? How is my relationship with those I care so deeply about? I feel like so many people we're pushing further and further away from each other. There's just this division because everybody has these goals that they think it's going to fully fulfill them. You know, at the end of the day, even when you stop and you look at children, yes, they might be happy with the new toy you got them for Christmas, right? Because you work so hard, you work those extra hours to get them that toy. But then they stop playing with it. What kids really remember, what I remember about my childhood, was a time I didn't get spent with my parents because they were working. They were always working. They were always trying to aim for this, aim for that, aim for that. But if you ever stop and think about it, when does the hamster wheel stop spinning? When does it stop spinning? You will always have bills. You will always have something that comes up. But we spend most of our life just worrying and being in fear and sitting in doubt. You know how much power you gain when you decide to just stop worrying? Worrying is not going to change the outcome. It really, really, really is not. And in this season of complete surrender to God, the universe, I'm realizing that how much of my energy have I poured into these materialistic gains that I want in my life? We make things outside of us to be more important, but when we stop and we think about it, you can have a big ass house, and if you don't have any love in it, and that love can just be from you, right? But if you don't have any type of love, any type of connection to spirit, it will feel like just an empty house. It will feel like just an empty house. And we always say we're going to spend more time with each other once we achieve this, once we achieve that. But you don't even know if you get to have tomorrow. You don't know if you get to have next week. Your life can change in the blink of an eye. Things can be different in a blink of an eye. I'm hearing about so many people who just go to sleep and don't wake up anymore. It's when God decides that your time is done, is when you are done. You don't get to say, hey God, can I have 5 more minutes? We need to just go back to the basics. Like right now, I drove out to the beach near me, and I stopped by this bookstore that I just picked, a random bookstore that I've never been to, and I saw my childhood book from when I was a kid on the shelf, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I used to love these books when I was a kid. The minute I opened it, I started laughing because it was just so funny. And I know, like, I feel like there's just certain things that we think we can't do at a certain age, so we just kind of completely just ignore that inner child in us. But you're never too old to read a childhood book. You're never too old to read a book to yourself. If it's a kid book and you never got books read to you as a kid, but you always wanted that as a kid, do that for yourself now. It's literally just that simple. We overcomplicate it. We think that a new Lamborghini is going to make you happy. It's not going to make you happy. We put value on these things because if it was worth less money, if that car was worth less money, we wouldn't be aiming for it. But because there's a certain price tag on it and it comes with a certain status, we think that that's going to fulfill us, but it is not going to fulfill us. All of that is just an illusion. Happiness does not come from outside of you, it comes from within. Sitting with your soul, getting to know your soul. A lot of people don't know their soul. What does your soul want? What do you crave? And it isn't as complicated as we think it is. Oh, I got cat hair on my nose. It isn't as complicated as we think it is. It's not going to be that materialistic thing that you keep striving for. And that is what your angels are trying to say to you. It's not going to be that. So now you are faced with this truth, because I feel like some of you guys in this video, you've reached a point in your journey where you're like, okay, shit, I've been striving for this thing and it's not doing what I thought it would do. So now you have to reevaluate your purpose, your life. Your entire life feels like it's turned upside down. You don't know what the fuck going on. All you can do right now is really just laugh about it. Be like, damn, I really thought this Lamborghini was gonna fulfill me. And it did it. What's next? What do you enjoy? What do you like to do? It doesn't have to cost money. It doesn't have to be something outside of you. What do you like doing? It could be having a bubble bath with softly dim lights, reading your favorite book. I love that. That's why I'm saying that. But like, still, it could be just that simple. You know, a lot of us you've been through so much in your life. And you think that once you achieve this thing, other people will see the value in you. But they won't. They won't. They're just going to want a piece of the cake. And if you're trying to prove yourself to that person, 9 times out of 10, they don't deserve that cake. You will not gain happiness from other people's approval. That will never fulfill you. If you require someone else's approval to be happy, when they remove that from you, when they say, oh no, I'm not going to give it to you today, you will fall apart. It is important that you build your foundation, your happiness, on a sturdy foundation. And that starts with you. That starts with loving you, choosing better for you. Stop sitting in situations with people who do not serve your happiness, do not serve your higher good. If they don't make you feel good, life is too fucking short for that. It's too fucking short for that. The more I lean on my angels, the more I feel better. Like today I woke up, I felt low energy, just low energy over me. I prayed, I laid in bed for a little bit, but I got up and I was like, you know what? Let's go do something we never did today. Picked a random bookstore, bought a book, and it made me laugh. So I definitely think that my angels guided me to that place, because I also found another book that I'm gonna tell y'all about later on, because I need to really get into it before I start speaking on it. But the book that's feeding my inner child, just watching the sun and sitting here at the beach, quiet. No one is even outside right now because it's winter time. You see that we all go into hibernation mode and our depression rates go up, and if we allow ourselves to sit in that, we're just fighting seasonal depression. Seasonal depression is real, I agree. But what are you going to do to counteract that? You can't change your circumstances. You can't change the weather. You can't change the season. So what are you going to do to make sure that you are feeling extra happy and supported during this time of the year? It's all up to you. No one's coming to save you. I used to think that someone would come and save me, and something would fulfill this happiness I'm striving so fucking hard for. But nothing ever did. Not even fucking YouTube. Like, I always wanted to be a YouTuber my entire life, and I'm just seeing that it's like, yes, I like giving you guys motivational videos and what I learned, sharing my voice, but it ain't all that. It ain't all that. Like, the amount of hate comments that you get, the amount of people who see your light and they're ready to just dim it, take it from you because they can't see it within themselves. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. So everything that you strive for, there will always be polarity to it. It's not going to fulfill you. I'll tell you that, though. Don't need other things outside of you to fulfill you. What are you going to do about your happiness? What are you going to do about it? Because the truth is, you really just have to sit with yourself, sit with your soul, sit with God, sit with your angels, really connect back to your soul. All of these things that you're attached to, at some point, they will have to go. That's the only thing that's true in this world. We're constantly changing. At some point, whatever you're attached to has to go, whether that's through death, it ending, through change, random change. It doesn't matter how, it has to go. You're constantly changing. Your life goes through seasons, cycles, for a reason. You're here to evolve. Are you going to go with it, or are you going to continue to kick and scream and hold on to this materialistic thing that didn't even fulfill you in the first place? Always think about when you first got something. When you first bought that iPhone, the new iPhone dropped. You were excited for a little bit because it was nice and trending, and then after a while it just became a phone, another phone. You just bought yourself a new car. Oh, it felt so good at first. It was worth the payments. It was worth the monthly payments. Now you got bills up your ass. So many bills, it's all up your ass. But that car gave you some sense of status. So that means you have to work on something within you. Why do you feel the need to prove yourself to other people that you're successful, that you're whatever? Why? These are questions that we really have to sit with ourselves and ask ourselves, because the price that we put on things, the meaning that we put on things, is because we are conditioned to think that. Why this car is better than that car? Because it costs more. Okay? Did you even stop to see the features of the car? What do you like about the car? It's just because you were told that this car is better than this car, that you want that car. Y'all, happiness, I'm really seeing that happiness is coming from the simple things. The simple things are your blessings. That's a beautiful Jamaican song too. If you know, you know. But the simple things are your blessings. Spend time with the people that you love. You don't know how long you have, really. And stop thinking that something outside of you is coming to make you happy. It's not. It really isn't. Like, I remember when my obsession was to find the best relationship, be in the best relationship. And I'm not saying that I'm not in love. I'm not happy. But that partner, my partner, did not complete me. And if I stopped there, I would have felt empty. Every day I get up, I have to do the work. I am not perfect. I'm constantly evolving, constantly growing, constantly changing my perspective. I realize that when I come on here and I speak to y'all, I really have to let you know that I am also learning. Because a lot of people like to come on here and pretend like they have their shit all together. No one ever has their shit all together. There's always something, some department in their life that is lacking, that needs work, because we're always growing. Nobody's just done at the top of the list, just perfectly done. That's impossible. Just be patient with yourself. You don't have to always be trying to improve something. That was the hamster wheel I had to get the fuck off of. Constantly trying to improve. I spent an entire year just trying to improve myself. The year flew by. It's about to be my birthday in a month. And I was like, damn, I spent this entire year trying to improve. And I thought that maybe once I reached this one level, I'd be happy. But the thing is, there's constantly layers to us. We are onions, okay? There's layers to us. So if we peel off one layer, there's going to be another fucking layer. So if you wait to be perfect to enjoy your life, you will never enjoy your life. You will just reach the end and die. It's like when people wait till retirement to start living their life, and then they have about a month left. Because did God tell you that you had 20 years after retirement? No, he didn't. You don't know how long you have. So it's really important that you just live your life now. Get up and do something you've never done before. Shake up your routine. those are my messages, guys. I love you, and yeah, just be easy. Bye.